Would a new idea for using up your scrap paper be helpful to you today? This is the second in my series for using up scrap paper. Welcome, welcome. I am Dawn, creator of DDcreates Crafts, and this is the channel for simple, duplicatable cards that you'll just feel successful making from day one. Okay, if this is the type of channel, the type of projects that you are interested in, go ahead and hit subscribe while it's fresh on your mind. Are you ready to get crafty and learn some new tips and tricks for using up our scrap paper? I'm going to turn you down now and we're going to get some crafty fun going. Here we go. All right, I got you turned down. I've got some crafts here. I've got my scissors. Got our scrap paper going. Today I'm going to start with I'm going to do black and white. I just think it's so elegant and I love using black and white periodically. It's just elegant, it's an attention grabber, it's sugar sharp, I just love it. So what we're gonna do, let's start with step one. I want you to cut a base, 11 by 1. Now if you've got 12 by 12 paper, it can be 12 by 1. If you need it longer than 11 inches or longer than 12 inches, you can even adhere another piece to this end and extend it twice the size, 3 times the size, as long as you need it or want it, because we're going to either use it right away or save it for a rainy day and use it. But we're going to turn a scrap piece of strip of paper, mine for the demo is 11 by 1, into something usable for many, many different kinds of projects. So cut you a strip like this and gather up your scrap paper, any shape, sizes, does not matter, does not matter. I'm using the black and white just because I want to. I think it's fun. All right, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do and how we're going to cut it. This is my March host code. Go ahead and when you order, use this host code and you will get a free card kit class from me next month. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love, love, love to help you with your crafty needs. Now, I try to make videos where you can use things from your own stash, especially scrap paper, right? However, if you fall in love with some of the items that I'm using, or you don't have or in the need for, say, something basic like a paper trimmer or some ribbon, then go ahead and I'll send you to my website. I'll put links below and all that fun, good stuff. So step one was our thin strip. Step two is to cut the pattern scraps. Okay, I'm gonna, for my purposes, tell you 1 by 1 inch squares. Now you can do slightly larger. You can do 1/4 by 1/4, 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, or you can do 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. It's up to you personally. I chose the 1 by 1 because we can take advantage of the teeniest, tiniest of little baby scraps. See, it's printed on that side, but I'm gonna use the black and white because it's gorgeous. So that's your step two. I did grab this misshapen piece of patterned paper because I wanna show you exactly how we'll just cut around this. It's such not a big deal. So I'm gonna go to my 1 inch here. So this little part that's sticking out, we just took total advantage of, and I'll cut that again in a minute, but let me go this way. Cut that little guy off. So then you just get rid of it, and guess what? We are not keeping that. We have a limit, right, to how much we will save. There's gotta be a limit. All right, so there's another 1 incher, and let me see. There we go. I'm just trimming a hair off of it on that one just to get my 1 incher, and I don't save that either. All right, now I'm gonna come back because I've got some 1 inch strips, and now I wanna cut it into again, 1 inch. So now I've got a 1 inch square, a 1 inch square, and that one's not quite 1 inch. So between you and me, you can save this. I'm gonna toss it. Whew, 1 inch, that's like, we can deal with that, right? So now you know how to do that. We're gonna cut 1 inch by 1 inch. There is the cutest nickname for this size square, and it's called inchy, These are inchies. So I'm gonna do another video of all kinds of things, all things inchies that we can do with this size square. But like I shared with you before, you can make your squares a little bigger if they'd be more manageable for you, or if you wanna create a different look, what have you. So that was your step 2, to cut your patterns, your pattern paper into some scraps. So now step 3. So where's my little glue pad? Well, I'll just get started. There it is. It always turns up, you know. This is a silicone sheet. You can see it's messy Bessie because I use it so often, but no adhesive will stick to this. Your glue won't stick to it, your tape runner won't stick to it, and even your hot glue will not stick to it. This is very inexpensive. I think it's only $6, but I love it for a project like this because you'll say, we're gonna extend beyond what we're doing, so I'll probably leak some glue to the outside, all right? Now I'm gonna get my glue, and I'm gonna put a little on the point right here. You do not need to go out to the points. These are gonna extend beyond, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right here. And now I'm gonna lay it down, and this is how you're gonna get started. I'll move my hand. You're gonna lay it down so that your points extend beyond the edge of your thin strip. And I get pretty stinking close to the edge like that because I want to use up every bit, square inch, 1 inch of pattern paper that I have here. I just think it's lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna put some glue. I'm gonna go like this and smear it a little bitty bit. I feel like I put too much glue, so let me just blend it a little bit. And I'm gonna try to go this way. Now you see right there, there's some of the thing of our strip. Come up beyond that. We wanna cover it up on both sides. Let me come from the top and I'll move my hand for you. And I love the glue because look, I needed to wiggle that around a little bit and did. So now I've got some glue here. I'm gonna put some glue on the point, extend it out a little bit, and I'm gonna do it again. See, you're tempted, I'm always tempted to stop right here because that looks awesome, but we want this all covered up. So let's move it up on both sides. As best you can, line these points up that point to each other, and just as best as you can. These stripies, it's almost like an optical illusion. I get tickled at myself when I use them, but you'll see in a minute, because there's stripes like that, it's like, it didn't to me look like a perfect square. I'm like, I think it's wonky. I think the edges are off, but it wasn't. So you can see I have all kinds of patterns, mix and match. They're not even matchy, they're just mix and match, but they're black and white. Because remember we've talked about that when mixing colors, but if you watched the previous video about scrap paper, you'll see that there's no rhyme and reason. I throw that little rule right out the window with mixing my scrap paper. And I intentionally, for that video, the previous one, I'm not even gonna tell what we made, because if you haven't watched it, this is a tease to get you to watch it. I do have a playlist started, and it is called something about scrap paper. Look for that. This will be the second video, but eventually there'll be about a dozen videos for different projects for using up our scrap paper. I won't do this whole thing, but I want to do enough to get you the idea of what we're going for. Ooh, I don't want to go too patterned, so let me break up my pattern. Ooh, here's something pretty. There's something totally different. I don't think I have a lot of these, which will make this super cool. Sometimes if I had too much glue, I just use the point of my bottle and push the glue around. And I saw I was almost leaving a little margin of my strip, and I do not want to do that. All right. I think I'll do about half like I did with the other project. Today's Friday, I did it Tuesday. I do videos every Tuesday and Friday, you guys. I'm gonna go up a little higher, that's almost. But right now, on each day, I'm going to add to our series for the, what is this called? The scrap paper. I just think it's so fun, and it just solves so many problems that we all have. We all have scrap paper, you know? Well, let's use it up and get rid of it. Guess what? So we can buy some more. Not scraps, but some more fun stuff, some more designer series paper. That's what Stampin' Up! Calls our pretty paper, because I gotta be honest with you, it's literally designer series. They show videos of the artists, in-house artists, that paint and create the paper, and then it's copied for our use. So when I say designer series paper, I'm not kidding. That really impressed me. I'll try to see if I can share a video with you on like Facebook or something, because dadgum, it's impressive to see. Can you even imagine somebody, their talent is just designing paper? That to me was so cool. All right, I'm gonna do this guy. You know what? Oh, another optical illusion. It did not look like a perfect square to me. All right, I want to go up high enough. You can see how I have my how and why I have my nice silicone sheet down there, because some of the glue could be leaking out on that side, all right? What do we want to, oh, I want another one of these. This is so pretty. Now what you could do with scraps, especially like my best friend lives in a different state. She moved, I moved, but we will swap paper scraps together. And if you have a crafty buddy, you can do that too, because one man's trash is another man's treasure. So she and I, we enjoy each other's scraps, because she has designer series paper that I don't have, and I have designer series paper that she doesn't have. So that's an option I'm not going to do a video on, but I wanted to share with you, is trade with your crafty girlfriends. Just trade it. I just think that'd be, would be so fun. I keep grabbing that. You can tell I like it, because I just literally grabbed it 3 times. This is a great way for getting rid of paper that is not your favorite. I'm not gonna say we don't like it, but we probably don't like it. And I get sheets like that. And it's personal preference, it's color, and it's just not our favorite. And that's okay. Like my bestie, she does not like yellow, and yellow's probably my favorite color. And I hate to tell you this, but I do not like purple. What? It's such a girly, beautiful color. I don't know why I'm not attracted to it. But I'm gonna use it, and I do use it on videos, because most women love purple. So I don't know where I lost the purple gene, but clearly I did. All right, for more videos like this one, I want you to find me again. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you are not used to subscribing or value your privacy, I just want to reassure you that no one's going to contact you, not even me. And what else? It's totally private. Your name doesn't show. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one. And if you want, sometimes to watch videos, I think you have to belong to YouTube. You can just put almost like a code name. You don't even have to use your own name if all you're doing is creating an account to watch YouTube videos. And I understand that, because I have family members that really don't want to be on social media at all, but maybe they want to watch social media. So I totally understand and get where you're coming from and respect it. But I also want you to feel comfortable, very comfortable. I feel like I've got enough going on that we can move to our next step, which would be step 4. So I'm just going to repeat. Step 1 was cutting the base strip. Step 2 was to gather our pattern designer series scrap papers and cut them into 1 by 1 inch squares, larger if you prefer. Step 3 is to glue the pattern squares down. And I'm doing this because when I get to step 4, you're gonna see how gorgeous it does, but you do not have to lay your squares in this direction. You could do them perfectly aligned. You could do them you could actually cut a rectangle and do it off to the sides. You could overlap circles. I just chose the 1 inch by 1 inch, or inchies, because they're teeny tiny, and look how teeny tiny scraps we can use up. We want to use as much as humanly possible because we paid good money for it and it's gorgeous. That's why we save our scraps. We don't want to throw it out. Step 4, the extended scrap points. You're going to turn your base upside down. We can see all our points. Guess what? We're going to cut these off. You're going to use your strip as a template, come along on the edge, and just cut off your baby points. I have nice detail scissors. Of course, they're from Stampin' Up. They're nice and sharp. They're called detail scissors. They're only 10. So very affordable for a nice craft scissor. And it's lovely and perfect for cutting off my points. You know what kind of points we do like? Toast points. Aren't toast points the best? Do you like your toes cut on the diagonal so you have toast points? Or do you like your toast cut into rectangles? Don't we always ask the little kids? I have to ask my grandkids that. Do you want your sandwich cut this way or this way? Because grandmas do that because we want to make them super happy, don't we? All right, I got a little carried away cutting down there. I know it will. It'll be hidden, so I don't know why I'm worried about it. Now, look at this. I'm going to temporarily move the paper. Look at that. I can't stop staring at it. The black and white is so stunning. And I want to share with you, before we say our goodbyes, a finished product. This is the belly band I used. See, it slides up and down. I made this yesterday with the points, cut it all off. And I put the Stitch So Sweetly labels on it to make the little center, centerpiece. And I didn't want to make this big, and I didn't want to put it horizontal because I want the star of the show to be our belly band. Now this acrylic box, yes, Stampin' Up! Sells this, and I'll put the link below. Look, sneak peek. And this is a great box for gifts. I tend to give as hostess gifts, little bitty thank you gifts, a birthday gift, a box of stationery, and this is the perfect box. This will hold 5 nice thick cards with 5 envelopes. And then I chose this side to put our belly band because I really wanted to show off the belly band. Now to make a belly band, you are going to put the raw edges together under this because look, that's nice and smooth. The raw edges aren't under there. So what I mean by that, let me see if I can slightly bend this without messing it up because it's still going to be wet. Now look at this. I just got to share with you. Sometimes the points will stick up like that. I found I had an issue with that. Go ahead and just, once you feel like this is pretty dry, just add you a little dot of glue right there and pinch it down for a minute. Or you can put lots of little dots and then come back with something heavy, maybe an acrylic block to weight it down as it dries. But pretend this whole thing's done. I'm going to curve it over, put some adhesive there. And you know what I did use? I have to tell you. I did use tear and tape. Yes, it's Stampin' Up! Because it's so strong. And then adhere it down like this. So there's our seam, and that's what I put the label on, is this seam right there. So I cannot wait to use this. Let's talk about what we can use belly bands for, because I want you to make some of these and have them on hand. You can use belly bands in addition to using them as decoration for pretty gift boxes. You can use them around a card itself. Some fun folds won't stay closed unless we use a belly band. So a card, a small gift box. How about a decorated strip for scrapbooking, for junk journals, for Bible journaling? How many of you do the Bible journaling? I do that, and I have a separate Bible. It's extra large for me to doodle and decorate all in the margin to just emphasize the different scripture. So there is more than one use for a belly band. We're used to putting it as a belt, like a belt around the belly of the project. But think outside the box. Now you have a beautiful decorated strip that you can then, I don't know, here for a card, I'm gonna put this somewhere, maybe right there. If the strip was finished, I could do one across, one this way. So think outside the box with your belly band, and know you can use this for other things other than cards, you know? So comment below and tell me, yes, about the toast points, but what are you gonna use your belly band for? And if you have some ideas I didn't mention, would you share that with us too? I'm gonna turn up the camera now so I can say goodbye to you. And remember, in the month of March of 2022, there are some sale items that you want to check out on my Stampin' Up! Page, and I'll put the link below for ya. And let me see in my notes, anything else I've got to tell you? That is it, the sale items, the mini Stampin' Emboss machine and the products that fit in the machine, those are also 20% off. Thank you for watching today, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, go boop and hit the like button and just show me some love. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you Tuesday. Bye now.